Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Okay, that's where we are supposed to start from. What is this? This is where? This is the actual one? TLK, this is chapter 8. Chapter 1, right? Chapter 1. What happened, right? Not connecting. But you can remove. Teaching Lord Kapila. Okay. Okay, we were discussing chapter 1, from chapter 1 of Teachings of Lord Kapila. The purpose of Lord Kapila's advent. We did this, right? When we went to chapter 2.
I remember doing this.
Entire thing?
I think so.
Not the entire thing.
Not entire thing.
Chapter 2 नहीं था.
Okay, we haven't reached chapter 2.
Yeah, chapter 1, not entire, but yeah.
Shaunaka Uvacha. Kapilastatva Sankhyaata.
Kapila
Bhagavan Atmamayaya.
भगवान
Maya
Jata Swayam Vaja Sakshat.
Tata Swayam Vaja Sakshat
Prajnaptaye Ninam. Sri Shaunaka said, although he is unborn, the Supreme Personality of Godhead took birth as Kapila Muni by his internal potency. He descended to disseminate transcendental knowledge for the benefit of the whole human race. Atma Prajnaptaye, correct, means for the benefit of human race. Rinam is humans. Because only humans can understand. Okay, I may need some help to know from where to start, where to continue from. I remember we did this. Three bir gunamayer bhavayer sarva idam jagat. Something I think we have done. Deluded by three modes. Remember? The people who are deluded by the three modes of material nature, they cannot understand Krishna. Those who have transcended the three modes, they can understand Krishna. We talked about dharmam to sakshat bhagavat pranitam. Acharya upasanam. Yes. This also we discussed. Yes. This worship of acharyas, Ramacharya and everything. Our faith in God comes from our faith in acharyas. That we discussed. This also we discussed. And this also we discussed. Bhakti parishana bhava virakta anyatra cha. That means by practice of bhakti, there are some symptoms that are supposed to take place.
Three things.
It is not just sentimental. Yeah, three things. One is devotion increases, and anubhavaha means you can experience it. No one has to give you a certificate. And virakti means there is some detachment. Therefore, Prabhupada would say Krishna consciousness and sense gratification go ill together. And we discuss about this also. Nayam deho deha bhajam niloke kashtan kaman arhate vidbhujami. 2 liters. And we discussed how 2 liters are also dogs, right? Where did we discuss that? Dogs and hogs, yeah, because we went to this verse. Dogs and hogs, because sometimes dogs also used to. Whereas the goal of life is tapodivyam putra kayena satam shuddhi yasmad brahma saukyam tu anantam. And Vedic civilization means what? Having the goal towards spiritual life. Yeah, all ashramas. And all ashramas are meant for understanding God. Did we do these things from here? I think, yeah, this we haven't done. Sachin was saying we haven't done. Others, what do you say?
No, from the Wind of Human Society, previous paragraph.
Yeah.
Here. Okay. We'll start from here. Okay, let me choose. Bansal Prabhu, can you read?
Yes, Prabhu. When human society accepts varnashrama dharma, it can gradually come to the understanding of Brahman. By birth, everyone is a Shudra. Therefore, everyone has to be educated. The word Dvija means twice born. One is first born through the womb of a mother, and one's next birth is given by the spiritual master and Vedic knowledge. Vedic knowledge is the mother, and the spiritual master is the father. When one is twice born, Dvija, he receives a sacred thread from the spiritual master and begins to learn about spiritual life. He is then allowed to read the Vedic literatures. In this way, one becomes a son of Vedic literature. Nigma Kalpa Tarur
Galitam.
Galitam Phalam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of Vedic culture. It is wish-fulfilling tree, and we can take whatever we want from it. Vedic knowledge is perfect, and if we want to come to know it, we must take shelter of a bona fide guru.
Vijnanartham sa gurumeva bhigachet.
Yes.
One more paragraph.
Unfortunately, in this age, everything is mismanaged. People forget the aim of life, and at such a time, the Supreme Lord himself comes. The Supreme Lord descends out of compassion because he is more anxious to have us return home back to Godhead. Then we are to go. Because we are in ignorance and we do not know anything. Can you pull up a little bit, Prabhu? About the kingdom of God. We know nothing about how to get there or how to become happy. We have forgotten all this. Therefore, Krishna comes at intervals or sends his representative, the pure devotee. Sometimes he comes personally and sometimes he sends his incarnation.
Okay, anything you want to share, Matsal Prabhu? What you understood from the two paragraphs?
Yes, Prabhu. So in the first paragraph, Prabhupada mentions that when everybody is born through his first birth, the womb of their mothers, they are born as Shudras. So they need education. And anyone who takes initiation from spiritual masters, then that is their second birth. And that when the spiritual master give them the Brahmin thread, then they become eligible to read the Vedic scriptures. So the Vedic scripture becomes their mother and the spiritual master become their father. And in the second paragraph, Prabhupada mentions that because we are so much engrossed in material, sense gratification, and in the material world, that we forget about God, associating with the God, and what kingdom of God is. So out of his mercy, Lord comes to this material world to take us back, or sometimes he send his incarnations or his dear ones for us to take us back.
Thank you. So in the 16th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says in the 23rd verse, Yash shastram vidhimutsrijya vartate kamakaratah nasa siddhim avapnoti na sukam na param gatim. And those people who keep Shastra, and for whatever reason, they might say it is why to put faith. We don't know who has written it. We cannot, we have to take it with a grain of salt. For whatever reason, people may not put faith, but it is said if one rejects the Shastras, Shastra means both Shruti and Smriti, and that means all the Puranas, the Itihasas, the Upanishads, the Vedas. One who rejects the Shastras, for such a person, Yashastram vidhimutsrijya vartate kamakaratah na siddhim avapnoti. So na siddhim, he cannot attain perfection in life, nor can he get happiness, nor can he get the highest destination of spiritual world. Like that Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. So Krishna is in here, Sri Prabhupada is saying that if we want to make progress in spiritual life, we have to accept the authority of Shastra, and therefore the Vedas is called as the mother. And mother points to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is our Supreme Father. And of course, Srila Prabhupada here says Guru is the father, just because Guru instructs, gives challenges to the disciple, and therefore he allows the disciple to grow, and therefore he is called as the father. Otherwise, Janmana Jayate Shudra. And people today, their unfortunate position is they don't like to accept authority, isn't it? And that is called as the Western disease, which is of course now a global disease. No one likes to accept authority. Yeah, pandemic. Whereas in the Vedic times, if you see in the Vedic civilization, it's all about accepting authority. You accept authority of Guru, you accept authority of the Supreme Lord, you accept authority of the Vedic scriptures. You are basically accepting a lot of authority. But at the same time, we don't get cheated by accepting any authority. But that doesn't mean we don't accept any authority. We have to accept some authority. So Prabhupada is saying, Guru is the one who points out to Krishna on the basis of scriptures. And therefore, tad vijnanartham sa gurumeva bigachet. That means as soon as we are interested to know about God, as soon as we become interested, eager to make progress in Krishna consciousness, immediately go and find a guru. That is the time you need a guru. Srila Prabhupada in one lecture says that today it has become a fashion. Like you have a dog and you want to show off, you take your dog everywhere to show off to people that, see, such a nice dog I have. Prabhupada was saying similarly, people want to show off with their guru. See what a nice guru I have. Just to show off. That is not, it's not that people around me are initiated, so I also want initiation. It is not about getting initiated. It is about how much eagerness do I have to make, this is the mic, huh? So it'll catch up. You will catch.
Yeah.
You catch everything.
Yeah. In
So then
like
mic
10 people.
सबका लेते हैं.
हाँ.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, I have further questions about this. What was I saying before this?
Guru authority.
No, I mean further I said. So further I said.
Like people have dogs, now we are having animals.
Yeah, people have gurus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who needs a guru? One who is eager to make advancement in spiritual life. And guru is not that you choose. Not that you have a list of gurus. Abhi choose karenge who looks nice. Who is a very good kirtaniya. Katha kaise dete. Not like you are not the choosers of guru. Guru chooses us. Isn't it? And what is the basis based on which Krishna sends a guru? In Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Rata Bij. How does it start, that verse?
Brahmanda Brahmite Kon.
Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev. The jivas are wandering in this Brahmanda, means the universe. They are going to upper planetary system, they're wandering in the middle planetary system, they're going down and suffering in the lower planetary systems in Patal. And like this, they spend countless number of lifetimes. But by some good fortune, by of course service to some devotee, some eagerness comes, some Shraddha comes. And that time Krishna sends Guru when one is ready. And therefore it is said, by mercy of Guru, one gets Krishna. But how does one get Guru? That is by mercy of Krishna. So one is saying, Prabhu, I'm not able to choose my Guru. That should not be a big problem. The real problem is how eager am I to make progress in spiritual life. If I'm eager to make progress, then I'm eager to accept a Guru. Like Narottam Das Thakur, when he went to Sri Lokanath Goswami and he said, I've got this inspiration. I was told to come and surrender to you and that you are my Guru. Lokanath Goswami said, my dear Narottam Das Thakur, you are born in the same village where many years ago Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had dipped down into Padma river, and he had released the love of God in that river. And he had predicted the appearance of Narottam by chanting his name in the river loudly. And at that time, when he had screamed, Narottam, Narottam, so people were thinking, who is this person, Narottam? So this had happened many years ago, even before Narottam Das Thakur was born. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had predicted Narottam Das Thakur. Lokanath Goswami told Narottam Das Thakur, you were predicted by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Your appearance was predicted. You're so dear, you're so elevated. I am not elevated to accept you as my disciple, to become your guru. You are much more qualified that you have to accept me as your disciple. But Narottam Das Thakur said, no, I want to make advancement and I've been told that you are my guru. See, that means, and the whole point I'm making is, people sometimes say that, whomever they find any guru, they have some or the other problem. This guru, that problem he has. That guru, he has that problem. Basically, what is the problem? False ego is so big that they cannot surrender to any guru. See, if someone says A guru has a problem, I'll surrender to B guru. Okay, fine. B guru has a problem, I'll surrender to C guru. That is fine. C guru has a problem, I'll surrender to D guru. It's fine. But from A to Z, no, every guru has a problem. Then it's a problem. With whom? With us. Isn't it? That means the false ego is so big that we don't think anyone is qualified to become my guru. And therefore, what people say, I want a pure devotee guru. Yes, if that good fortune is there, that's very nice. But at the same time, anyone who is following his guru nicely, he's also a very good guru. Isn't it? He is also practicing pure devotional service. Now, there is no meter like thermometer. You put one meter and find out, is he practicing pure devotional service or not? That is not there. Is he a pure devotee or not? Has he conquered lust, anger, greed? You cannot check that. But anyone who is elevated, whom Krishna provides in our life, as it is said, make hay while the sun shines. That means we have got a short human form of life. We have got some resources, some sadhu sangha here, some temple, some friends, devotee friends, and some guru or some set of gurus. They are there available from whom we can connect. But if someone starts complaining and keeps saying that, this thing has that problem, that thing has this problem, and doesn't take advantage of anything, such a person is most unfortunate fellow. Why? Because Krishna has given him everything. But his problem is, he thinks he's too perfect. I am so great, I only need a pure devotee. Isn't it? And therefore people, they say, hum mante bas Prabhupada ko. But if Prabhupada was there, they will have some other problem with Prabhupada also. So we have to appreciate what Krishna gives in our life today. Whomever Krishna has provided. Some people might feel, my current association is all association of neophyte devotees. They keep only making jokes and they're only, acting very silly. I want very serious fellows as my devotee friends. These fellows are useless fellows. No, but that Sangha is also given by Krishna. Isn't it? Srila Prabhupada said, he told one disciple had that problem. He said, if you find that all your association, everyone in your association is a neophyte, then you come and associate with me. Prabhupada said. So that is also there. And he said you can associate with a spiritual master if you find everyone else is a neophyte. So the point is, if we don't appreciate and if we're not grateful for what we have gotten now, then Krishna will not give us anything better. If we are grateful for what Krishna has given us now, Krishna will put us in a better position also. Isn't it? Because if you want to complain, you can complain anywhere. And if you are grateful, you can be grateful anywhere. Isn't it? So therefore, the whole point is, instead of choosing guru, choosing association, mujhe wo chahiye, ye chahiye, instead of choosing, let us go internal. What is that internal? Prabhupada says, first cultivate the eagerness to grow in spiritual life. That time, tad vijnanartham, sa guru meva bhigachet. That time go to a guru. If you simply prematurely go to Guru, then what you will do? Choose. Just like you can choose your what you want to eat, where you want to travel for vacation, like that you want to choose Guru. So it becomes again a material aspect, nothing spiritual about it. A Guru is sent. Dhruva was sent with Narada. Ajamil was sent, the Vishnu Dutas, they were sent. And so similarly, in any place you see, the Guru is sent always. So in this way, Prabhupada says, Tad Vijnanartham sa Guru Vigachet. If we are eager to make progress, we will do the best of bad bargain. You, instead of complaining everything is bad, do the best in the bad. And in the second paragraph, Prabhupada was mentioning about, people in this world, in this age, everything is mismanaged. So people forget the aim of life. At such time, Krishna himself comes. He descends out of compassion. Why? Because he's more anxious to have us return back home, back to Godhead, than we are to go. We do not know how to get there or how to become happy. We have forgotten all of this. And therefore, Krishna comes at intervals since his representative of pure devotee. Yeah. So when we meet a pure devotee in our life, like Srila Prabhupada, his disciples, we should understand it is Krishna himself coming. Why? Because Krishna coming or his devotee coming is one and the same. Isn't it? He's sending his messenger, a pure devotee. Okay. Okay, next. Laukik Pru, can you read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Kapila Dev is an incarnation of the Supreme Person, Krishna. Therefore, it is stated, Kapilas Tattva Sankhyata Bhagavan Atma Mayaya. The word Maya means not only illusion but also affection and energy. When Krishna comes, all his energies also come. It is not that he is forced to come. We have to accept a certain type of body because we are forced to do so. But this is not the case with Sri Krishna. Presently, I may have a human form, but in the future, I cannot demand a human form. We receive bodies in the next life according to karma, not will. One cannot demand to be a high court judge unless one has been educated for the job. First of all, one must become qualified. If one qualifies himself, one may become a devata, a demigod like Indra or Chandra, or one may become a dog or a cat. That depends on one's karma or activities. Karmana daiva nitrena. When Krishna or his incarnation come, they do not depend on karma for their bodies. The Supreme Lord is above karma and is fully independent. It is therefore said, Atma Maya. The Supreme Lord comes by his own energy, not by the energy, external energy, or by force. When the governor visits the prison, he is not forced to do so. He is not to be considered a condemned person. Rather, he goes by his own goodwill just to see how things are going on. However, it is understood that when an ordinary person is placed in jail, he is sent there by force because he has been proven a criminal. A criminal may think that he and the governor are one, just as rascals and fools think that Krishna is one of them. Avajananti mamudha manusim tanumashritam. A knowledgeable person knows that when Krishna or his incarnation descends upon the material world, the Supreme Lord maintains his transcendental position. He is not an ordinary man, nor he is forced into the material world due to karma. The Supreme Lord comes by his own goodwill. Param Bhagavan, Param Bhavam, Ajanataha, Ajanantaha. Rascals cannot understand what Krishna is. Therefore, they think that Krishna is a human being, as Krishna himself states in Bhagavad Gita. मनुष्याणां सहस्रेषु कश्चित् यतति सिद्धये यततामपि सिद्धानां कश्चन माम वेति तत्वतः. Out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection. And of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare
Quick
Krishna.
point.
So, Prabhupada is basically trying to say here that Kapila Dev is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, even though he has taken, he's taken birth, but he's not in this material world, but he's not forced to do so like we are. Then he gives the example of the governor visiting the prison house. We cannot choose what kind of body we want, but Krishna is not forced. He chooses what kind of body he wants, and he is here because of his own sweet will. Because we are here, but we are here as a punishment.
Mm.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. So, very good that you remember the example given. So, whatever Prabhupada is writing in the books, the examples, analogies, stories, they're to the point, and we can remember. And also the shlokas quoted. Avjananti Mamudha, Manusantam Ashritam, like that. All these shlokas are very, very important. Yeah, so Prabhupada was saying that we come by Karmana Daiva Netrena. We are under the uh, stricture of law of karma. We are forced to take birth, whereas Krishna is not forced. Krishna comes out of his sweet will. What does his sweet will means? That means he chooses. If he doesn't want to come, he doesn't come. Like we say, Krishna comes once in a day of Brahma. If he wants, he need not come also one time, one day. That is sweet will. Like every day, Krishna comes once. Isn't it? Sakshat Krishna from Golok Vrindavan. But is he forced to come once in a day of Brahma? Yes, no?
No.
No, he's not forced to come. Or is he forced to come only once? Is someone restricting his coming?
No.
He can come twice also. Isn't it? That is called a sweet will. So therefore, the devotees, they never demand Krishna. They never demand saying that, my dear Lord, I'm practicing sadhana bhakti for so long. At the end of the life, you have to take me back to Godhead. No one can say that. Krishna might say, yeah, you might be a pure devotee, but I want you to stay in the material world for some more time. Then you will continue to stay. Isn't it? So therefore, what do the devotees pray? Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagadisha kamaye, mama janmani janmanishvare, bhavatam bhakti rahai tuki tvai. The devotees pray, my dear Lord, I don't want any dhanam, janam, sundarim. I don't want name and fame. I only want that birth after birth, I somehow be engaged in your service. That's all that matters. So whether, uh, what is that, whether in heavenly planets or in hellish planets, apitulyat darshinaha para sarve na kutaschana bibhyati. No, anyone? Anyone? Phone a friend? Na kutaschana bibhyati. Okay. So in Vitrasura prayer it comes. He is praying to the Supreme Lord, my dear Lord, I may be born in heavenly planets or in hellish planets or middle planet system. Wherever you want me to take birth, I'll take birth. Doesn't matter. But wherever I am, just give me this fortune of service to you. What is it? Narayana Parasarve. Na kutaschana bibhyati. Sarga apavargi. Can you give me that? नारायण परा सर्वेन कुतश्चन बिभ्यति स्वर्गापवर्गनरकेषु अपितुल्यार्थदर्शिनः. Devotees solely engaged in devotional service of the Supreme Person of God, Narayana, never fear any condition of life. For them, the heavenly planets, liberation, and the hellish planets are all the same. For such devotees are interested in what? Only in the service of the Lord. That's all they're interested. Wherever there is seva for Krishna and his devotees, I am there. They are not looking for anything else. Then there is one more verse, Vritrasura's prayer. Can you bring my blue bag? I'll recite one more prayer. Very nice prayer. He's saying what all he doesn't want. And Kulashekara, King Kulashekara also prays the same thing. Like one or two words change. That's all. Very nice. What is the Yeah. न नाकपृष्ठं न च पारमेष्ठ्यं न सार्वभौमं न रसाधिपत्यं न योगसिद्धिरपुनर्भवं वा समञ्जसत्वा विरहय्यकाङ्क्षे. Same thing even Kulashekara prays. What is he saying? Na nakapristham means I don't want the heavenly planets like Dhruvaloka. Na cha parameshtham, nor do I want the planet on which Brahma resides. Na sarvabhaumam, I don't want the sovereignty of the whole earthly planet system. Na rasa adhipatyam, or the sovereignty over the lower planetary systems. Na yoga siddhir, I don't want any yoga siddhis. What is yoga siddhi? One may say, yeah, even I don't want. Anima lagima, becoming smaller than the smallest, bigger than the biggest. Who wants those? So we may also think, I'm also great. No, na yoga siddhi means sometimes we play mridanga. We want to be the best mridanga player. That's yoga siddhi. It is a siddhi, perfection. So Dhritarashtra is praying that I don't want any perfection. If you weigh bhakti or perfection, Dhritarashtra is saying I'd rather take bhakti. I don't want for perfection. Then or someone may say I want to be the best singer. As soon as I start singing, everyone gets mesmerized. Everyone is captivated by my vocal cords. I don't want it. I can become a crow. Why? Because if you weigh bhakti and singing, I'd rather take bhakti. That is the meaning. So na yoga siddhir apunarbhavam va. What is apunarbhavam va? Liberation from the cycle of birth and death. I don't want that also. So Dhritarashtra is even rejecting liberation from cycle of birth and death. So what does he want? Samanjasatva virahayya kangshe. He says, I don't want any of these. Nanaka prishtam, nachaparamishtam, nasarabhaumam, narasadipatyam, nayoga siddhir apunarbhavam va. I don't want these things if it means that I have to give up your lotus feet. If while having a lotus feet I can get these things, no problem. But if I have to choose your lotus feet and other things, one of the two, I'd rather choose your lotus feet. Like that he says. So therefore, the devotees, they simply want to surrender to Krishna and they just want to be anywhere, whatever Krishna desires, because Krishna is, there is no set pattern. Okay, do this, then Krishna will be forced to do, take you back to Godhead. No. Krishna, whatever Krishna does, it is by his sweet will. But of course, when you chant Hare Krishna by the authority of the Shastras, purification of heart is there. You will become mad after Krishna, that is there. But devotee has no demands from Krishna. My dear Lord, I'm chanting so many rounds, ek job to dila do. Then I will accept you are actually God. Devotee doesn't have that expectation also. No expectation. Isn't it? Because no one can understand how dynamic Krishna is. If any one of you can understand how dynamic Krishna is, that means your Krishna, whom you think Krishna is, he is not God. Because you understood him. Isn't it? So if we don't understand how dynamic Krishna is, that means yes, that Krishna is God. But at least we can understand that he's very dynamic, beyond my intelligence. You cannot predict. So therefore, we use sweet will. That means Krishna can do anything he wants. He is not restricted by anything. He is not forced to do anything. He is completely free, Swarat. to do anything he wants. But we can be fully assured that Krishna is a lover of his devotees, and the devotees love Krishna very much. This is a fact that will not change. Now we can be rest assured of. And therefore, to understand that Krishna is not easy. See, out of 1 in a million hardly knows me in truth, Krishna says. Okay. Gaurav Deshmukh, can you read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Understanding Krishna is therefore not so easy. As stated by Krishna, out of many thousands, one person may become a Siddha, a self-realized being. And out of many Siddhas, one may be able to understand Krishna. It is our great fortune that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Krishna himself has appeared and given us a very easy process by which we can understand Krishna. What is that process? We need only hear about Krishna. That's all. We have therefore opened all these centers of Krishna consciousness throughout the world. Shravatam tam swakatha Krishna punya shravana kirtana hridiyantosthabhi abhadrani vidunoti shururut satam. Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is Paramatma, super soul in everyone's heart, and benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desires for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.17.
Oh, you completed.
If we hear about Krishna, we become purified. Hearing about Krishna means associating with Krishna. In this way, we may perfect our lives.
Yes, so can you share a quick point, Gaurav Deshmukh, from what you read?
Yeah, so Prabhuji, Prabhupada was talking about the Bhagavad Gita verse about like one among the thousands can try to understand Krishna, and even among those thousands, only one can actually kind of understand him. So we know if we try, I mean, it's very rare that anyone is even trying to attempt to understand Krishna. So we should be very grateful and fortunate that if we are in the process, we have already kind of like a rare gem. We are already kind of surpassed so many maybe births and attempts to try to understand Krishna, and we are in a very fortunate position that we have been given a very easy process by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu of understanding Krishna, which is only hearing about Krishna and chanting his holy names. So yeah, I think that's the main point I kind of understood from him.
Yeah. Very good. Here, Prabhupada says the great fortune that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Krishna himself has appeared and given us a very easy process to understand Krishna. What is it? We only have to hear about Krishna. So daily we're doing this book reading. What is that all about? We're just hearing about Krishna. To hear directly about Krishna pastimes is not our adhikar. We are not qualified to hear just Krishna's pastimes. Of course, Balila is fine. But you keep hearing, initially it will look entertaining. After that, we start questioning.
We start speculating Krishna is not doing this right.
Yeah, we start speculating, we start becoming skeptical. Is it really true? Yeah. Isn't it? Therefore, Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Siddhanta Bali Chitta na kare alas. That means never be lazy about trying to understand Siddhanta. Very, very important. Yaha hoite Krishna lage Sudrida Manas. Sudrida means very determined. Once you get established in Siddhanta, then your mind will become very determined to attain Krishna. The problem is we are not very fixed in Siddhanta. Or we hearing means what? When Prabhupada says we only have to hear about Krishna, then one can play a recording of lecture 24 hours in a day. That is not hearing. Hearing means Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. 3 steps. Shravanam means what? You hear. Mananam means you chew. You have seen a cow, it takes in food and then it just takes in everything and then goes and sits in one place and then brings out and keeps chewing it. And slowly, whole day it keeps chewing. So we hear a lecture, we hear we read Prabhupada's books. Whatever we are doing, we have to also munch on it, contemplate, introspect, see how it is applicable to my life. That's how Shastra Chakshu is formed. And then more we do that, then the third step comes, which is called as Nididhyasanam or realizations in bhakti. If that mananam doesn't happen, then Shravanam only leads to theoretical knowledge. That means what? Prabhupada said, parrot is chanting Hare Krishna, but when you catch the neck of the parrot, it only says ka ka ka. So don't do parrot-like chanting. That means, yeah, daily you're chanting Hare Krishna, but then when some danger comes, throw the bead bag. Then your actual material shelters will come into place. No, that means whatever we're hearing, it has to translate into some action. How much am I surrendering to Krishna? How much am I being engaged in service to Krishna and his devotees? So one has to translate whatever we're hearing into practical action. Otherwise, it just becomes theoretical knowledge. And Prabhupada is saying, of course, the Bhagavatam verse 1 to 17 states, Shanvatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shavana Kirtanaha Hridyantasto Hi Abhadrani. When we hear Krishna Katha, Krishna goes into the heart and he cleanses the heart. And Vidunoti Suhrit Satam. He cleanses the heart of his devotees. And Prabhupada translates it as from the heart of a devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages. One who is eager to hear Krishna Katha. So therefore we can check, how much am I eager to hear about Krishna? Or am I doing it for the sake of it? I mean, doing it for the sake of hearing is better than not hearing at all. But better than doing it for the sake of it is with the urge to hear about Krishna. The urge to go deeper into our spiritual life. That hearing with an urge, hearing with an urgency, or hearing with eagerness, that really captures Krishna in our heart, and Krishna cleanses our heart from all the contamination. So therefore Prabhupada concludes by saying, if we hear about Krishna, we become purified. Hearing about Krishna means associating with Krishna. In this way, we may perfect our lives. So this is the end of the first chapter of Teachings of Lord Kapila. Next time we will start from here. Okay?
Yes, Prabhu.
Anyone has any question or any reflection? Quick, for maybe 1 minute, and then we'll conclude. Yes, Sandesh Prabhu.
So, Prabhu, so what are the reasons that distract us from building the urge to hear Krishna Katha? Like, what are the possible impediments? Like, although it is ahaitukya apratihata, but in the life of devotee there might be some impediments which due to which we feel distracted from the path of building the urge to hear Krishna Katha. So,
in my practical experience, I find that I lose the urge to hear Krishna Katha when I engage in sense gratification. When I'm dealing too much with material energy without proper sadhana, then when I stoop down into material energy, then that urge to make progress, eager to hear about Krishna, all these things subside. I've seen that. The interest goes away. So we have to be very careful that we don't engage too much into sense gratification. That means what? Matra sparshastu kanteya shitoshna sukha dukkada agama apayano anitya tam stitiksha swabharata. The urge to engage in sense gratification should be tolerated, Krishna says. I mean, of course, Krishna is saying the dualities have to be tolerated. But the sense gratification, the urge to engage sense gratification, we have to be very careful. More we gratify senses, it is like dousing the fire of Krishna consciousness. That fire is there. You have seen people with fire in Krishna consciousness. Can you think of anyone who has fire in Krishna consciousness? We see, there is so fired up devotee. That means what? What are symptoms of fired up devotee? He is avyarta kalatvam, always engaged in Krishna seva. Always, he doesn't waste a moment. He is so eager to keep sharing Krishna Katha to others. He's always eager to serve devotees. He is eager to discuss the pastimes of the devotees. For example, His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj, after he went from Vrindavan back to the US, he joined the community of New Vrindavan. He was so touched by Vrindavan that whatever he would do, wherever he would go, he would keep glorifying Vrindavan. So much so that the residents of New Vrindavan community, they also got desire that I want to go and settle in Vrindavan. So the managers there, they found it to be a threat. And they put a ban on Radhanath Maharaj discussing anything about Vrindavan. They said if you want to discuss anything, you discuss about New Vrindavan, not Vrindavan. Because everyone, they were getting attracted to go to Vrindavan. Then, of course, then Radhanath Maharaj somehow, he followed the advice, the instruction. And as the time passed, then the management told him that he has to take sannyas. He only has two options. Either he takes sannyas or gets married. He cannot continue remaining a brahmachari.
What?
Yeah, management in those days. Yeah, many people were just given hard choice. Either take sannyas now or you get married.
But like brahmachari, okay, but yeah, that's
Yeah. So he said, I have no attraction for marriage. But I don't, sannyasi means what? Wherever you go, people will bow down to you. And he doesn't like that respect. So he was not choosing. So then the New Vrindavan management told him, if you take sannyas, then you can discuss about Vrindavan. Then he said, okay. That's the reason he took sannyas. So he can at least discuss Krishna Katha. So more, if we engage in sense gratification, that eagerness to discuss Krishna Katha, to discuss about the holy name, that all goes away. Because we ourselves lose taste. Where is the eagerness to share with others? Isn't it? So fire, you have to build that fire. You have seen any homa you do, you build a fire, little flame comes, then you feed the wood. Again, it grows, then feed the wood. But as you build the fire, if you pour water of sense gratification, what will happen to the poor fire? It becomes doused. So therefore, eagerness is doused by sense gratification. Yeah? It makes it more difficult. So a fired up devotee is one who is engaging in austerities, tapodivyam, divine austerities. Some more fasting, some sort of austerity has to be there. Or you can also say maybe a certain our sadhana card is there. Trying to get above 85. That is austerity. If you say Prabhu Prasadam, don't talk about Prasadam. Me and Prasadam are very close. But that is fine. We'll not talk about Prasadam. Then you do in sadhana. Sadhana 85%. Then you can take whatever you want. If you get 85 plus in sadhana. Isn't it? And if you're chanting very good rounds. So whole point is how much Krishna is there in your mind, in your remembrance. Smartavya Sattam Vishnu, Vismartavya Jatuchit. So does it answer, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So anyone has any other question? Okay, so we will conclude here. Thank you for joining. We'll meet you soon. Haribo. Shri Prabhupada ki?
Yeah.
Hey.